previously on All My Children.
Why can't I stop loving him?
The roadmap to Ryan's heart.
You couldn't let it go. You are my brother. You took away my life tonight and took away my mother.
Something just doesn't add up. What really happened at Brentwood? Charlotte, what you did is incomprehensible to me.
Edmund?
Your daughter, your only child, she had a nervous breakdown. She's being treated at a mental facility close to your home, and you only visited her once?
Well, if you describe it like that, it sounds utterly heartless, but that's not what happened.
It's not.
No, of course not. I was worried sick about Alexandra. I called every day to see how she was. I went repeatedly to Brentwood, and the doctors constantly told me that I had to leave. They told me that my presence agitated her, and then eventually they told me not to come back at all.
You accepted that?
Well, I believed the doctors. I wanted Alexandra to get well. I wanted her well, and I wanted her home as soon as possible.
I just got off the phone with Ryan.
How's Jillian?
She's okay. I mean, she's a bit spooked, obviously, but apparently, thank you, they called the police, as you'd asked, to remove Guy's body. But when Lieutenant Fry arrived, the body was gone. And someone had already removed it.
It's really getting out of hand.
You know, I think that you should contact the American authorities, the CIA, FBI. They'll be able to take care of this.
Shh. Someone's outside. By the door. It's calling.
Along any minute, Jack. He wanted me to thank you for taking his brother Leo on as a client.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't think Leo and David were all that close.
Actually, David didn't even know he had a brother until recently. But he definitely wants to help him now. He doesn't want to see Leo railroaded for Paolo's murder.
Hey, Jonathan.
Has Erica brought you up to speed?
Yes. As a matter of fact, you told me that you managed to extract a confession from your mother.
That's right. I also asked Palmer to come meet us here with the audio tape so you can hear it yourself.
Good, I'd like to hear it. And then we can all go out and throw it in the garbage together.
Jack, what are you talking about?
That tape will never be admitted into evidence. There's not a judge in this country who would admit it into evidence.
But she confessed to killing Paolo.
Sure, perhaps you shot her full of drugs, David.
That wasn't the truth, Sierra.
No, that's right. This drug just made her think she was dying. Look, if law enforcement officials are not allowed to use that kind of coercion, did you really think a private citizen would be? Tape is useless.
Jack, we all heard her confess.
And I may be able to get that admitted into evidence if we can get past this drugging issue, but I'll have to get everybody who was in that room to take the stand and testify as to what they heard.
Well, I will gladly stand and testify against Vanessa. I want to clear Leo, and I want to see Vanessa get exactly what she deserves.
How about you, David?
Are you kidding? Nothing would make me happier than seeing my mother thrown behind bars for the rest of her miserable life.
My curse, Grandmama. Is there something wrong with me?
No.
Then why is every man I meet so desperate to get away from me?
What, you being just a trifle melodramatic?
Jake has barely spoken to me since he found out I knew about Colby's paternity. He'd rather risk his life in Chechnya than be with me. Huh. Let's see. Honeymoon with Jillian or sleep on a cot in a war zone. That's a really tough choice.
Jillian.
And Ryan refuses to be alone with me in a room.
Well, aren't you better off if you keep a distance from Ryan?
And why does it feel like my heart is breaking?
Let's just focus on one thing, all right? You remember the night before you married Jake and Ryan pushed himself into this very room to tell you how much he loved you? Just after he made love to that Greenlee person.
Oh, I know.
Well, good. Things haven't changed.
I want to shut him out, Grandmama. But I just can't bear it that he doesn't want anything to do with me.
Rejection's never easy to take, is it?
I mean, no matter how hard I try, I just can't seem to forget about him. And the fact is, Grandmama, I love Ryan with all my heart.
Oh, my sweet.
In all my soul, I'm not afraid to be honest with Ryan about what I don't know. He won't judge me. I can show him the frightened, scared part of myself without fear that he'll turn away from me. This is good. The roadmap to the woman of Ryan's dreams. He likes his women vulnerable? Cynthia can do vulnerable. What I'm really looking for in a relationship is to meet someone who will accept me as I am. Someone who will embrace me when I'm strong and happy, but won't turn away when I'm weak or frightened. I want someone I can really give myself.
Oh! Hey, I didn't expect to find you here. What, are you online?
I just can't bear to see you go through the same things with Ryan over and over again. He sort of induces a kind of amnesia in you.
I haven't forgotten, Grandmama.
Then why? Why do you open your heart to him? You know he'll disappoint you.
I want to shut him out. But he can also be so kind and loving and passionate.
Yes, I know, but he can also be so volatile. He's reckless. He's so reckless. You can't change him, you know, no matter how much you love him.
I can't stop myself.
Ma pauvre petite. You know, I watched your mother go through the same thing. Oh, my son was so charming. He was so debonair, but he was also a womanizer and a gambler. He couldn't change that. Neither could she.
Mama was really happy, wasn't she?
Well, she loved him. She loved him very much. Yes, I think for the most part she was happy, but the world was very different then. Wives lived, they lived such sheltered existences.
I mean, she had no idea what Papa was up to?
Oh, darling, I think she was aware of his faults, but she turned a blind eye.
Maybe that's what I'm doing with Ryan.
Darling, there is a difference between your situation and your mother's.
What is that?
She was devoted, totally devoted to her husband. There wasn't another man.
What were you writing?
You'll be pleased to know I've been slaving away for you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, responding to some of your emails, doing some wish fulfillment for one of your Incredible Dreams customers.
Greenlee, I appreciate you staying involved in a site like this. I mean, it means a lot to me.
It's my pleasure.
And judging by that crooked little smile, I'm guessing there's a romance involved here?
Isn't there always? But hey, I've been hogging your machine, so I know you want to get back to work.
Yeah, I do. We're getting so many hits these days, I gotta just keep monitoring it. It's great.
Speaking of customers, have you heard from Cynthia lately?
No, not in a while. Why?
No reason.
Say who you are. Let's all stay calm, shall we?
Don't move, please.
I'm Inspector Foster from Scotland Yard. If you'll allow me to remove my identification, I can prove it to you.
Allow me. It's in order. You can put him down, Edmund.
I apologize for the greeting, Inspector.
May I presume that you are Edmund Gray and Alexandra Devane Merrick? I was given your names by a nurse, Ames. She said you might know something about the explosion at Brynwood Sanatorium.
Yeah. Well, we're very glad you're here.
First of all, Inspector, it's not a sanatorium. It was a front for some sort of covert operation.
I know how it sounds, but it's true. We don't know who these people are, but they threatened to kill us on more than one occasion.
Perhaps we should start from the beginning.
We've asked Mr. Montgomery to represent you, Leo, and he said yes.
Jack was the DA here for many years. He's brilliant. And he also knows every judge in the circuit, and he will get your name cleared.
Well, I thank you for the endorsement, but as I was saying earlier, I'm afraid we're never going to get that tape of your mother's confession allowed. And like I said, what I'll have to do is get everybody who was in that room to testify as to what Vanessa said about being responsible for Paolo's death.
Including me?
Yes. You don't have a problem with that, do you?
Of course he doesn't. Leo, come on. Don't be a sucker. She tried to frame you. She was willing to send you to jail for the rest of your life to save her own skin.
What will happen to my mother?
Who cares what happens to that witch? Just tell him you'll testify. For heaven's sakes, Leo. How can you even hesitate?
Will my mother have to go to prison? Worst case scenario.
Tell you the truth, Leo, I don't know. Your mother's not my client. You are. My job is to get these charges against you dropped. But I'm going to need your cooperation.
Leo, your devotion to your mother is admirable. But loyalty is a two-way street, Leo. Vanessa was willing to see you hang for a murder that she committed, Leo. It's time you see her for the person she really is.
All right, look, this is ridiculous. If Leo wants to say manacle to Vanessa, let him. We don't need him. There were 3 other witnesses in that room, myself, Erica, and Palmer. We'll each take the stand and we'll testify and swear to it that we heard her say the same exact thing.
What is it I'm supposed to have heard?
Oh, Tom, I'm so glad you're here. Listen, Jack is saying that tape is inadmissible as evidence. So we are all going to have to testify that we heard Vanessa confess to Paolo's murder.
Why in the world would I do such a thing? I never heard of any such confession.
And then we ran out of that building just seconds before it exploded. Actually, Alex had to almost drag me out of there because I was still drugged up from the injection they gave me.
Something else we just found out from the States was that Guy's body was removed from my house in Pine Valley before the police arrived. We can only assume that this organization, whoever they are, was tidying up after themselves.
Extraordinary. In all my years with Scotland Yard, I don't think I've heard anything like it.
It's all true, Inspector. And if you do a background check on me, you'll see that the missing years in my history correlate with what I've been saying.
I assure you, I'm treating everything you told me with the utmost seriousness.
We appreciate that, Inspector. Here's a list of our numbers, both here and in the States. Please call us if you have any questions.
Thank you.
I'll take your information back to headquarters, initiate a full investigation.
I understand that there might be some security issues, but we'd really appreciate if you keep us up to date with your progress.
I promise you, Mrs. Merrick, I won't rest until I've gotten to the bottom of all this. I'll stay in touch.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Right, I'll see you out.
Sorry I got you in this mess.
No, don't apologize. I feel so overwhelmed that all this has happened to my daughter without my knowledge. Secret training, brainwashing. Should have taken better care of her.
She's remarkably strong.
You know, I'd like to believe that all this is for a reason. And that everything that's happened might ultimately benefit her.
I don't understand.
Indulge me for one moment. Yes, I thought so.
Thought what?
Oh, forgive me for being cryptic. It's a bad habit of mine. Comes from living on these moors too often. What I was trying to say is that maybe everything that my daughter has had to endure is that so that she could meet you. You love Alexandra, don't you?
Grandmama, I've made such a mess of things.
Darling, darling, darling. When you get older, you'll realize that messes are just part of life. It's how you rectify them that matters.
I suppose I should just make a clean break from Ryan. I mean, he's made it so clear that he doesn't want anything to do with me.
Oh, darling, the man adores you. And no matter how strong a wall he tries to build around those feelings, they keep bubbling out.
Well, then if that happens, I'll just stop myself from reacting.
Ah, yes, that's the real Andrassy way. We Andrassys, we're so noble, so upper crust. But inside we're just a boiling cauldron of emotion.
No, I can control what I feel for Ryan.
Can you? What happens when your husband comes home from Chechnya and wants to resume his life with you? I know that you can control your emotions as to Ryan, but I don't think you can ever fake your feelings for Jake.
I love Jake.
Love, love, love. Yes, darling. Not with the abandon. Not with the depths that you feel for Ryan. You know, Jake is a very sensitive man. It's only a matter of time before he senses your divided loyalties.
Oh, why does this all have to be so confusing, Grandmama? What should I do? What do I have to do?
Well, you have to confront one uncomfortable truth. Ryan has a hold on your heart. He's not about to let go.
Dear Cynthia, your latest message really hit home. Being able to show all sides of your personality without being judged. Feeling free enough with your partner to always be yourself. That doesn't seem like too much to ask for in a relationship, does it? But it sure is hard to find.
I've got some errands to run. Unless you need me here?
Huh? No, it's fine. Go ahead.
Don't work too hard.
All right, I'll see you later.
Won't be long now. Put the spider to the fly.
Intimacy. That doesn't look right. How do you get the spell check? Just use a dictionary. Got one here someplace. What was Greenlee doing with Julian's journal? I love him with all my heart and all my soul.
All My Children will be back in a moment here on ABC.
I'm not afraid to be honest with Ryan about what I don't know. He won't judge me. I can show him the frightened, scared part of myself without fear that he'll turn away from me. Wait a minute, that's almost word for word the message I just got from Cynthia.
What's that? Your client?
A woman named Cynthia, new in America, and feels a little lost and alone.
Give it to me. I'll tell her where to get some really good shoes.
It's okay, I'm almost done. All done?
Good luck, Cynthia. You look distracted. Is everything okay?
Yeah, no, everything's fine. I just was expecting to see somebody tonight.
Well, the night is still young. Who are you expecting to see?
It doesn't matter.
Well, the band's here. The press is here. I'm here. Could be Jillian. She's right over there.
No, it's definitely not Jillian. No.
And who is it?
Cynthia. You know, the dreamer I told you about, the one who feels a little lost and alone.
Oh. Well, don't worry. I'm sure she'll show up. Have you heard from Cynthia lately?
No, not in a while. Why?
No reason. You'll be pleased to know I've been slaving away for you.
That conniving Greenlee is Cynthia. And she's been using Julian to get inside my head.
I wish I had a solution for you. I'm not that wise.
Well, since I've helped made this mess, I have to clean it up.
Good, how?
Ryan says that I've been arranging ways to meet him or see him, like in the steam room at the health club or like last night in the hunting lodge.
Have you?
Maybe. But if I have, I must stop.
How can you?
I'm going to concentrate on my husband. And that means that I have to do everything to avoid Ryan.
It's so late. I've got to go to bed. You should, too.
Yes, Grandma.
We'll talk again in the morning. You have a good rest. I love you, Julian.
I love you, too. Good night.
Good night, love.
Concentrate on my husband. Dear Jake. My darling Jake.
Palmer, you can't be serious.
What are you trying to pull?
Me? With nothing. You're the one with a vicious conspiracy to frame Vanessa.
You know perfectly well she confessed to killing Paolo.
I know that you harbor a deep resentment towards your mother, but I didn't dream that you go to such extremes to hurt her.
Miserable, devious old...
Palmer, The reason that we pushed Vanessa to confess, for one thing, we wanted to clear Leo's name.
Oh, I know nothing about that.
So you're going to let Leo suffer for your wife's crime?
Well, your devotion to your brother is commendable, to really. But, you know, I doubt seriously that Leo's going to suffer very much. No, I'm pretty certain that the authorities will drop all charges against Leo.
Tell me, Palmer, just what exactly makes you so certain of that?
Oh, I don't know, things have a way of working out the way they should.
Boy, I'd like to take a look at the cards you have stuffed up your sleeve, buddy.
You see there? I have nothing to worry about, so I'll be going.
No, Leo.
Leo, we really should discuss your case at greater length.
Well, you just tell me where and when to show up and what kind of clothes to wear, and I'll be there.
Knock it off, Leo. Stop treating this like a joke.
I stopped laughing when you set this plot in motion. You wanted to show me that I couldn't trust the only person in this world I loved. You succeeded. Congratulations. I'm just as unhappy as you are. Nice work, bro.
Leo, where are you going?
Well, I thought I'd go skipping through the park. Would you like to come?
No, I mean, where are you staying, Leo? I mean, surely you're not staying under the same roof with Vanessa.
Oh, I'm sure I can find a nice cardboard box somewhere. Unless, of course, you want to give me the keys to your house.
My house?
Yeah, the charity begins at home, right? Unless, of course, all this concern of yours is just an act.
No, of course it's not an act, Leo.
Erica, you can't be serious.
I'll see you at home.
You're right. I love Alex. You could tell that just from looking in my eyes?
I'm rather good at reading people. I could tell from the first moment I saw you together, and you're very protective with her.
Well, maybe I'm just chivalrous.
Oh, no, it's much more than that. You were very challenging earlier on about how many times that I had visited her at Brynwood, and that told me how much you cared about her.
I would do anything for your daughter.
I'm glad about that. Alexandra hasn't had a very easy life. Unfortunately, my career took me away from home when she was growing up, and her father passed away. But I'm grateful that you've come along to take care of her. And apparently she feels the same way about you.
Alex deserves to be happy. You know, when she smiles, she just lights up.
I think the best way to ensure that, take her back to Wildwind. Help her forget all this turmoil in her past.
She's forgotten too much, Charlotte. That's the problem. She needs to remember. She needs to remember why she was in Wales. I mean, what was that training for? Why did they do it?
But realistically, there's nothing you can do. I mean, Brynwood is rubble. Scotland Yard is already conducting an investigation. They'll contact you as soon as they have something. Oh, you'd both be better off in the States.
You're probably right about that.
Well, after all she's been through, I think it's time for her to get on with her life.
What?
What?
What did you just say?
I said I wanted Alexandra to have some tranquility in her life after all she's been through.
No, you said you wanted to get on with her life. It's an expression that Alex would use when she would start to remember her past. It was drilled into her to keep her from remembering.
But to say it every time that I went to see her in Brynwood. I mean, maybe that's where I got it from. It's such a common expression, Edmund.
You're right. It is, and I'm sorry. I apologize. There's a lot of paranoia going on.
Oh, hi. The inspector had a very nice car. Say, what's going on?
The jig is up. Your mother's onto us.
What?
Your mom looked me right in the eye. And she stared into my heart, and she could tell what was going on, and she knows how I feel about you.
What do you think?
I think that for you and Edmund to be living happily in Pine Valley is what I want.
Oh, sweetheart. Wonderful.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's pack.
You know what I was thinking about this morning? Baden-Baden. Do you remember how you used to love it there in the summertime?
Haven't you heard, Mother? You can never go back again.
Well, we can, and we will. Be good for both of us. Come on, what do you say?
There you are. Go ahead. Call me a genius.
There's a difference between genius and smarty pants, Granny.
Oh, well, then I'm both. You scoffed at my plan to get Ryan into a cyber romance with Cynthia.
Was I scoffing?
It worked like a charm. He is drooling over my email. He's like putty in my little typing fingers.
I still don't see how you're going to close this deal, Greenlee.
Any day now, he'll want to meet Cynthia in the flesh. And believe me, I will give him all the flesh he can handle.
And how do you suppose Ryan will feel when he finds out that you pulled the old bait and switch?
Well, aren't you Mr. Negativity? What's up? You look like someone popped your balloon.
I don't want to drag you down, okay?
No, you can't do that. I'm on cloud 9. Come on, open up. You look like you've lost your best friend. She's standing right here in front of you. Tell me what's wrong. Tell Greenlee.
Sometimes I wish Greenlee wouldn't share so freely with me. She said Ryan told her he loved her. I feel so betrayed. Wait a minute. I never told Greenlee that I loved her. I never told her that I loved her. When was this written? That's right before Jillian married Jake. That's right before the wedding. I was trying to convince her to give me a second chance, but she thought I was two-timing her. The whole time, Greenlee was sabotaging me. That bitch!
She's a liar.
You want to tell me why you tried to drug Courtney? Big surprise. She's always running a con.
And her latest lie.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I know what you did.
Could cost her everything.
And I've had it with the way you screw around with other people's lies.
Frank, please. Frank.
On Port Charles, ABC Daytime.
Enjoy a little subterfuge while you can, Palmer, but I will have the final say in this.
David, come on, let's go. There's really nothing more to
I don't
done.
care how much money or influence you have, but Vanessa will go down for killing Paolo, and that is a promise.
David, please, let's go.
And I want my damn tape back.
Yeah, Palmer, I remember sitting at a poker table with you. You took a lot of money from me. You're good at that game. This is not a poker game. This is a murder case. The stakes are considerably higher.
Night, Jack.
Yeah, Were you able to pull it off? Oh, good. No. Oh, don't dispose of it. No, I may need it as leverage before this thing is done.
You gonna make me pull this out of you? Fine. Let's see. Who could put you in such a foul mood? Could it be Becca?
Not this time, no. It was the other woman in my miserable life.
Was it your mother? Did Dave approve that she killed Paulo? Was it your mother?
What mother? I don't have a mother.
Dearest Jake, the day seems so long since you've been gone. I miss you so much. Dearest Jake. Right, Mama? Ryan, what are you doing here? Did Lieutenant Fry find Guy's body?
I'm here about us. Is this yours?
Yeah, it's my journal. Where'd you find it? Did you read it, Ryan?
You bet I did.
Well, that's all of it. We're just about ready to go.
Yeah. Well, I never get to spend enough time with you. Lovely seeing you.
Oh, me too, darling. You know what I wish for you? A very uneventful trip home. You call me when you arrive?
Yes, I shall. And you know I'm going to start pestering you to come stateside.
Oh, well, if I can clear enough time off my schedule. And you, Mr. Gray, you take care of my baby. No more international intrigue.
I will do my best.
Well, you do that. I love you, darling.
I love you too, Mom. Oh, it's been so good to see you. You look after yourself, all right?
I'll try.
Yes.
Bye.
Goodbye, Edmund.
Bye now.
Everything?
Yes, I have. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, sweetie. God bless.
Was my performance adequate?
Excellent. I think they were convinced. Do you have our guest?
You are not what we call a class act.
So you keep telling me, Mr. Merrick.
So what now? Do you kill me like you did my wife and brother?
I have something very special for you, Count Andrassi.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next All My Children.
On the next All My Children.
I intend to do the maximum damage with what I know.
Now, aren't you something, Brooke? Just zeroing in on the very first available man.
Get the inside scoop at abc.com, part of the Go Network.